This small tutorial is going to be about how to give flow to the fish's body. I built simple controls around the joints. The joints I actually turn invisible, so I can easily manipulate everything just by selecting these controls. I'll probably make a tutorial how to do a quick and dirty control rig for your fish later. But you don't need to have these controls to do this if you just select all the joints also. It just is faster to just do a mass selection like this and deselect the head and the core. Of course, I'm doing this in Maya, and I'll be using a lot of the graph editor to make this work really well. I've placed a key on everything. Actually, let's just start this with no animation on it to make it simpler. So I also have my extra controls turned off. They're on different layers. So there's the top dorsal fin, the anal fin, the side fins, and all that. So I'll just turn those off so I can just work on the body, which is largely what I want to get across, is how to get the body to wiggle in a particular way that's organic and fluid and loose. So let's select everything and drop a key. I'm going to deselect the head and the body. Actually, let's turn everything on first. Sorry about that. Select everything, drop a key, and then let's turn these guys back off. So now I just have the lower body. So now I can wiggle this guy. I'm first going to just start off with a good bend. 15 degrees, 17 is actually good. Let's do this, 24 frames is probably, let's do 31, I usually work. 24 would be a second, so let's do 24. Because everyone should be working in 24 frames a second. Let's just double check. 24 frames, good. So I got my first bend over here on the first and last frame. Let's flip it. Let's go to -17 on this. Now let's flip the other way. So I have a flap. Of course, this doesn't look natural. Let's open up the graph editor. If you guys don't know where that is, it's under Windows, Animation Editor, Graph Editor. I always toss it on the shelf by holding Shift to Control, and there it is. Let's open that up. So right now, I'm not going to go into great detail of how to use the graph editor if you don't know how to use it, but since you see these coming into points, actually let's turn on the infinity, because we will be cycling everything. And let's go to curves, pre-infinity cycle, post-infinity cycle. So you can see that it's repeating, repeating, and repeating forever. But you can see there's a harsh point here and a soft point here. The soft point means it's going to slow down and then slowly pick up speed. The harsh point means it's going to bounce. So that's why it bounces off one side and has a nice ease in and ease out over here. If you select everything and flatten it, it's soft on both sides. So we can have this nice soft side to side. So that's the first part of it. If you want it to hold a little bit more on each side, select the green line, which right now it's selecting all of them. All four, like each one has a curve, but since everything's at 17 degrees, they're all layered on top of each other. So let's select the line, so everything's selected on this line. None of these guys are selected, just the green line. Don't select a key, select the line. Curves, weighted tangents. I'm going to go halfway, which as you can see it's straight. I'm going to select, everything is still selected. I'm going to hit this line with the green button. which unlocks them, so I can now pull these things out. So I'm going to hold down Shift, middle mouse drag, and you can see it changes the line. So I'm going to pull it out probably to this box, and now I want to get this thing back in the center so it's symmetrical. So it's straight again. So 7, 18, so 13, 20. I guess I should be on 27, or this key should be earlier. 1 to 13, so it should be 13. Let's move that over one. No. I'm actually going to make this 26, so it's evenly divided. So it's straight on frame 7, so that's 6 frames, so 19 it should be straight also. So I'm going to take this, pull it out so it is now straight. So it's more of a kick through and a nice ease in, ease out. Now let's actually make this thing feel organic. I'm going to deselect the top one, so now I just have everything selected down below. Right now we have everything cycling. So if I start to offset it, as you can see this is the extreme. So let's select everything in the graph editor and move it over a couple of frames. I can get it I can start getting it straighter. So now it'll look like it has somewhat of a flip. Let's deselect that one, the next one up, so now we have just the bottom ones. And deselect that, the next one. You can already see it become more and more organic. Deselect. So it looks like I might have over offset it. So let's undo that.